日の目がいい。鱗が見えない。
ああ、なるほど。だからいい感じかな。
ただパターンから言ったらね、
模様は
パターンはあっても
あっち、そうですね。
ね、あのパターンいいね。まあおじまりがちょっとこう悪いけど。
Nicest pattern, Takagawa is saying. It doesn't have a tail stop, but it's that was the nicest.
お客さん好みからだね。
そう。
でもやっぱり日の目はやっぱり三段。
これからは質とか模様とかボディは全部は一番いいはどうしますか？これから
ナンバーワンはやっぱりナイフさんが言ったこれだろうね。
三段。
So この日の目が一番いい。鱗目が見えんけんね。ただパターンはやっぱりこれとか。
So we've got a situation, we've got nicest pattern being this one here, followed really by this one, but for general quality for the future, body structure for the future, the consensus here is that the Sandan Kahaku is the winner from this group. Soですね。
最終的にはこういうパターンはいいけど、あっちの方が頭の段がついてないし、ここ。
そうですね。This one he's saying the head is the nicest, and there's no head profile is the nicest, head height's the nicest, so there's no step behind the head, which is something that breeders don't like. It should be like a smooth transition from the back of the head up to the shoulder. So basically the head height's nice and high, so it meets the shoulder with good height. So in terms of head, this one's the nicest.
肌はあまり良くない。まあ恋はあれが将来的にはこう頭のこれが綺麗なね。
そうですね。You're saying that kind of style of head to shoulder. That style is nice. Head to shoulder transition.
スタイルがいい感じ。こういう声はこう。
ああ、そうですね。
これも。
そう。
そうしていくとボディがいいか。
ボディ。
頭は大きいですね。
そうですね。でも模様質ボディは全部一緒はどっちがいいですか？ちょっと全体相互の感じが。
全体相互。
そう、これから。
そうだね。まあ大きく模様から言ったらこういうシンプルな模様でもいいと思うんだよね。
ああ、ですね。On a simple style when it's big is a nice style.
一番ボディが小さいけど。
It's the smallest, but that kind of pattern's nice when it's big. You're saying.
まあこれなんかもできたらいいかわからんね。
これ。一番いい。So from this group, this is the best one. Marathon 5-step. The overall package of quality and body, but pattern also. This is the nicest overall package. But it's a real close call, I think, between that one and this one. But in this instance, the pattern tips the edge on it. He's saying the skin's really beautiful on it as well. The body style is nice. And so, shot. Good job there. Okay. So this is group 3 from our Mudpond challenge. So again, 6 Matsue koi. As far as pattern's concerned, I think the Marathon Kahaku over there is probably the nicest from the group. Body structure of this Nidan Kahaku is really strong. The overall package of this one I think is really nice. Quality, body type. Quality of this Yondan Kahaku I think is extremely good. Really nice for showing. However, as far as the future is concerned, future quality, body structure, for when the fish becomes big, I think this one here has the nicest future of the group. The body line is particularly good, really tight, shoulder height is nice, head is nice and head profile is nice. And I think colour quality as well for the future, and Kiwa is really good. Kiwa is beautiful on this fish. So this one is the winner from this group. So here we have the Okawa entrance. Sumi is extremely nice on this 2-step Sankey. Quality of this Kahaku. The skin quality and colour quality is extremely nice on this one. Kiwa also is really attractive. Body structure on this Sankey is good. Body line is nice and tight, backbone is strong. This Sankey also is, I think, very attractive. Sumi placement's good, interesting style, but I think amongst all of these fish, I missed Kahaku actually. Kahaku's got really nice colour and Kiwa, 2-step Kahaku, but of all these fish I think the actual body structure for growing jumbo and also colour quality Kiwa, this Sankey is the winning fish from this group, because apart from the body line of the fish and the quality of colour and Kiwa, Sumi placement on the fish is really good. All of the Sumi is on the white ground. Of course, as you can see, there's not a great deal of Sumi here at the moment, but there is more Sumi underlying just behind the head, that shoulder area, and also in this white area on the side, as well as more to come on the tail tube area. So in the future I think this is really going to be the strongest prospect of all of these fish. So that's our winner from the Okawa group. So now we have the Omosako entrance. Unfortunately, 2 of these fish are male, which is a shame because both of those males are actually very good. The body structure of this one is really nice. Pattern is really interesting, but yeah, body type is really good. Also, this one is male, which is again a shame. The fish is extremely good quality. Body's nice, everything's good, but unfortunately male. Now, of the remaining ones, we have this one is the biggest, which I think is about 58 cm. This one, I think the style is really nice. And then we have this one here, which has made an amazing transformation from what it was as Tosai. It had almost no sumi as Tosai, but it's now come up really nicely, and the quality of that sumi is very good. And then lastly, this one, which is, the quality is extremely good. Sumi quality really is outstanding, skin also. The body style is pretty decent. Sumi quality, motoguro, skin quality, pattern, I think all of that is really, really nice with this fish. However, it comes down to that one and this one. And this one has got a stronger body type. So this, in this instance, is the winning fish from the Omosako group. So here we have Sakai Company. An interesting bunch of fish. Kojaku, something of an odd one out, because in this event this year I actually got 2 Kojaku, one from Sakai Company and one from Tamora-san. And the reason being not that we were going to have a Kojaku element to the challenge, but just because I liked both of these Kojaku. And as it happens, this one has turned out to be very nice. Body line's really nice. The Matsuba is really nice and strong. The platinum metallic skin is nice and bright. Really good. Nice giant. Then we got Kahaku. This is the smallest one. I think is about 53 cm, something like that. Simple pattern, but really, really nice kiwa. Really nice sashi. Body line's really nice as well. So in itself, I think is actually a very good fish. The bigger one, underneath there, I think the quality is really nice. Body's really good as well. It's carrying quite a lot of volume, but the fish is carrying it really well without looking too fat. So that one I think is also extremely good. Colour quality, sashi style was lovely on it. Kiwa's really nice as well. And then we've got this one here, which I think is nice. Body line's nice. It's got had one damaged scale which I took out. But quality of the fish is good. Pattern's nice, body line's good. And then we've got 2 Sankei. So both of these are between 59 and 60 cm. And there are a few fish in the event that are that size. And this I think is outstanding. It really, really is good. Body's type is just fantastic. Shoulder power is really nice. Head's really good. Most of the sumi falls on top of the red, but personally I think there's enough sumi falling on the white skin to make the fish really interesting, particularly the shoulder area, which I think is very important. This I think is just lovely. And lastly, we have this one, which I think is equally really good. Sumi placement, I think, is really nice. Pattern in itself, arguably a little bit kind of bald on the head, but that small maritime marking, I think, is in keeping with the rest of the pattern, because the rest of the pattern is also quite flowery. But Sumi placement is really, really nice, and Sumi quality is really high. Body line, I think, is also really good, although the other Sankey, the body line kind of looks slightly longer, but they are both extremely powerful. So I think this one is easier to build up more body with. The other one potentially is maybe easier to get the overall size on. Now I can't decide a winner on these because I'm very much torn between the two myself from this group, as far as Sankey are concerned anyway. And in this group it does actually come down to the two Sankey, which I've discussed already with Takagawa-san. But what I need to do is to pick up the two Sankeys again and decide which is the group winner, and we will reveal more later on. Thank you for watching this one. So here we have Takagawa entrance. So only 3 fish, 2 Kahakus, 1 Showa. Kahaku body line I think is really good on this one. Looks set to become, I think, really big, although the colour is very much unfinished. Interesting one for the future. Showa, I think head on this and body on this fish is really good. Kiwa's really nice also. It's really hard to say what's going on with the Sumi on this fish. To me it's quite a big mystery, although the head marking looks to be very interesting for the future anyway. So, like I said, I don't really know where this one's going, but it's certainly an extremely exciting and mysterious fish. This Kahaku I think is really nice. Colour's really good, Kiwa's really nice. Body's slightly delicate looking compared to the others. In this case, however, though, the Showa is the winner from this group. So, Tamora koi farm fish. Biggest of these ones is measuring 59 cm. I think the Showa is actually very attractive. It's smaller than all the other fish, but very interesting fish future wise. Biggest one is this Maritime Sankey, which is 59. I think in this instance, however, the two nicest fish are the Inazuma Kahaku, which is this one. I think the quality of this for the future is very nice. Kiwa's nice, colour's nice. Sashi also I think is generally quite nice as well. But I think the future of this is good. And this Sankey, I think is very good. And in the case of this group, the Tamora fish, this is our winner from this group. This Sankey. I think colour quality is the nicest in terms of the future, how well it's going to last, how attractive it's also going to be. Body line's good. Sumi I think will be just enough Sumi to look nice in the future. So this is our group winner. So last up, Ueno Showa. There's 5 contending fish in this group. Overall style of pattern, I think this one is the nicest style. This one I think is particularly interesting, but hard to say how nice it's going to be, but very interesting style to the fish. If you can imagine that sumi coming up, I think it'll be nice in the future. Also interesting, this one I think. But for a few reasons, I think amongst this group of fish, the nicest actual potential fish from the bunch, because of the sumi type it's got and where the sumi is underlying, but also the colour quality of the fish and the body style of the fish. I think this one from this group has the most promising future. So this is our group winner this time. I think this kind of body is extremely reliable in the future. Very, very strong, I think, against getting too fat or too feminine. So I think that aspect of it, I think, is very important. But I think also the sumi type will be nice and tight when it comes up later on, and you won't end up with small messy bits of sumi. I think you'll see a nice, refined, solid pattern without any stray, scattered sumi. And that is why this one is this year's winner from the Showas.
Sakai はね、どれ同じような県ね、兄弟がね。
そうね。そうね。So we're here discussing the 5 top choice candidates.
他のメーカーは肌が悪いからやっぱり、このサケの肌をとてもいい。
So Takagawa-san feels that these fish are really good, but in especially the 2 Sakai. だから全体総合はどっち行く？
全体総合？
これから。
好みからやっぱり全体総合はユニークでな方がいいかから。簡単な方がいいかから。
全体総合行く。2番は
大きくなればこの3段だよね。
3段琥珀が大きくなる。So this one he thinks can get really big.
それかこっちの丸ペンか。 それはもうこっちの看板はやっぱり木の実が全然いいね。
うん、そう。
まあベニスはちょっと違うけど、
うん。
このマルテンと。
ああ、ですね。
うん、
違う。ケイタは違う、やっぱり。
うん、
どうしよう。2番のどうしよう。どっち行くの？琥珀とか、この3軒。
関係は両方株高い？
そうですね。
さすがに
うん。
さんだね。
そう。
いいね。
ですね。
同じぐらいの同じようなボディだね。
そうですね。難しい。
私はやっぱりユニークな小さい丸点がいいね。
ああ、なるほど。私もやっぱり。So number 2 from the group is the other Sankei, Sakai company Sankei, and number 3 being the Matsue Kahaku, third prize winner from our event. そうですね。Sisters, same parents. The Sankeis, that is. So, congratulations. I will check the owners' names later on and announce the winners. Thank you. Welcome to Japan. I'm Mike of Yume Koi Japan, and it's time to announce our Yume Koi Japan Mudpond Challenge results. Now, before I go into this too much, it's been a very interesting summer this year using the mud pond for the first time. This mud pond is rather large. The capacity of it was really for about 400 tosai going through until Nisai, but we put in there I think 106 it was in total. But it's been very interesting. The results I think have been extremely good, and it's also been a very good learning experience for us. So yeah, I will go into the results in a minute. I'm certainly very pleased with the quality of the fish that have come out, the amount of growth they put on. The only downside is that the mud pond hasn't been used for 2 years prior for us taking the mud pond on, and consequently there's 1 or 2 fish that got damaged scales in the mud pond, but it's only superficial, so that side of it's sorted out. So everything's going to be fine with those fish. Next year we will do things differently though. In the next week or so, the mud pond is now having some construction work being done on it. In the next week or so I will go there and disinfect the mud pond, and then that will put it in better stead for next year. So it's quite a promising one. The other thing that I'll do next year, I think this year we just didn't really have enough staff on harvest time. Of course we had Takagawa Hasei-san helping us, or actually doing most of the work, along with another gentleman, Madakoro-san. And the harvest itself went quite well, but really we need more hands on deck for next year, because when we came back to the farm it would have been much better, as we've now learnt, to actually, rather than putting the koi into the ponds and disinfecting in the usual way, I think it would be better to do it the way that Matsue Koi Farm do it, whereby they go through all of the fish, they put all the fish into canvas show pools, and then go through everything, sorting out any damage, checking everything, before then putting the fish into the ponds and medicating after doing that. So next year we will do it the same way as that, because it actually speeds things up, rather than what we've done here is put the fish into the ponds, medicate first, and then wait for medication to clear, and then check the fish for damage, which really, I think, in this instance, really would have been better to just do it the other way around, because the fish could actually start regenerating new scales much faster, albeit only by like I guess about a week or so, but there we go. Anyway, moving into the results, it's been a very interesting one. Some of the fish have been outstanding, and some of the results also, whilst there are winners, there's also quite a number of fish that are very close to the winning fish in their position, if you like, as to how they've come out ranking. So if we look at that, we have, there we are, our list. Now the Matsue fish were divided into 3 groups, so there's basically 6 in each group. So on group 1, as you would have already seen on the YouTube movie that we uploaded a few days ago, the bonus prize winning, I say bonus prize, the best fish from that group, which wins a 20,000 yen fish, belongs to a customer of Koi Lounge in Switzerland. What I'm not sure of is the actual owner's name, which for some reason I don't have the owner's name of that fish. Anyway, yeah, so that was the winning fish from that group. Now moving on from that, we've got group 2 of the Matsue fish, and we have James Rothwell is the winner of that. Now going back actually to group 1, there was another fish in that group, 2 fish that were extremely close to that winning fish. One being Matsue number 3, and the other one being Matsue number 6. The first being owned by Michelle Gravinish in America, second one Pete Pendon in America. Those 2 fish were also very close, and very close on the heels of those 2 again was Matsue number 7, which is owned by a gentleman called Nigel Davidson in England. ACM Koi's customer. Now on group 2, we've got the winning fish from that group was James Rothwell. So Matsue number 13, as I mentioned a minute ago, was the winner from that group in America, James Rothwell. Now the very close on that fish, extremely close, was a fish of Steve Laver's, Matsue number 11, and also quite close behind that, Graham Shakespeare, Matsue number 8, which is also extremely good. And one other one which I'd always also missed before turning the page, Matt Stevens, his Kahaku, which was Matsue 14, also extremely good. And out of the mud pond, when I first saw it, it was one of the nicest I thought out of the pond. Now Matsue group 3, we have Craig Hooton, Kitsukoi customer. Matsue number 18 was the group winner from that bowl, and close on that one's heels was Karen Tovey's fish, Matsue number 17, which is also very good. However, Matsue 18, Craig's fish, I think the skin quality is a little bit thicker and more solid, and also that kind of shows a little bit in the colour, and I think because of that, that fish, I think when it gets bigger, is something that will just become to look better and better as time goes on. Now Okawa group, we have where are we? My phone is ringing, but I'll try and ignore it for once. The Okawa group, we have Okawa number 8, a Sanku, which belongs to Michelle Gravinish in America, Miyabi Koi Farms customer. That was the winner from that group, and the reason being really why that one won over the others was just because the body line was so nice and tight on the fish. I think very easy to get big, but the colour on that fish was just superb. Colour and key was just really, really nice, and I think the sumi that will come in the future on that one, as I mentioned during the video comments when we're looking at the fish, I think the sumi on that, it will be just enough when that fish grows up. So Omosako, moving on to that one, we have Omosako number 2 is the winner from that group, and that belongs to Stephen and Anthony Gray. So that's the winner from that one. But some of those also, number 12, Omosako 12, Chikara Koi, I don't have an owner's name, but in Holland, Omosako 12 I think is particularly nice. Very, very promising fish. Now, on to Sakai Company, we have the winner from that group is Sakai Company number 3, belongs to Paul Wake. And another one that was really close on its heels, which was hence why I couldn't decide whilst I was doing the actual choices, as it were, from those groups, was Sakai Company number 1. But basically it came down to, in the end, Sakai Company number 3 as being the agreed one that Takagawa-san also preferred from the two. But he said himself it was extremely hard. He preferred the Mariten, the one with the small Mariten, which was Sakai Company number 1. He preferred that pattern, but Sakai number 3 was just so easy to predict that body type, how big it's going to get. So that one was basically picked the choice on that pool. So moving from there, Takagawa fish, we have John Wallace with Showa number 4. Takagawa number 4 is the winner from that group. A very interesting fish, fantastic body and head. Sumi is quite mysterious though. Who knows where it's actually going to materialise. The Sumi looks good, what is showing, but it's just hard to say how much development there's going to be. It could go crazy, or it could end up coming up really refined. Who knows? Tamora, moving on to Tamora Koi Farm, we have Tamora number 18 is the group winner, which is Glyn Marley. I think that one, in terms of its colour, and obviously body shape, everything, I think is basically the winning one from that group. But the colour is the thing that really pushed that one ahead of the others. Colour being just so nice and just right, really, I think, for the future. And from the Ueno fish, we have, I've not got the number on the list for some reason, but it belonged to Chikara Koi in Holland. Again, I don't have a customer name, but that one is the bonus winner from that group. So I think a very interesting set of results as far as that goes. Now, as far as the actual winners, in 3rd place, excuse me trying to find my notes. Right, in 3rd place we have the Kahaku, which belongs to, this is the height of disorganisation, I can assure you. Where are you? Can't find it. Ah, there we are. Koi Lounge, the owner, Matsui number 4. I don't have the owner's name. So Koi Lounge, your customer gets the 3rd prize from the overall event, which is a 100,000 yen prize. And the 2nd prize goes to Sakai Company number 1 is 2nd prize, and that is Martin Lagener from Switzerland, Koi Lounge customer. So congratulations, Martin, you've got 2nd prize, 200,000 yen. And the 1st prize, so the winner of the overall event this year, is from the UK, no favouritism, but Sakai Company number 3 is the winner of this year's challenge, and that is a gentleman called Paul Wake, who I don't know, but it's a Kitsukoi customer in good old England. So that concludes the overall results. I hope you've enjoyed this challenge as much as I have, and I'm hoping that you would have learnt some of what I've learnt from this. It's been a challenge. It's been full of worry and stress, if you like, but full of excitement. Weather changes, affecting temperatures, that kind of thing. The feeding regime is pushed somewhat close to the edge, and if the weather changes and takes a downturn, you can easily be in a position where the fish just don't eat, and once they don't eat and that food goes to the bottom of the pond, you kind of go onto a kind of downward spiral because that food starts to decay and then it puts the fish off eating. So that side of it was the one thing I was most nervous about, was getting that right. And I think, judging by the body structure of the fish that came out, I think personally I'm really, really happy with the results. Extremely happy with the results. Body structure, I think, and body weight on the whole, I think, is just right. I wouldn't want it any bulkier, and I wouldn't want the fish any skinnier. So for me, that's the most exciting thing. Colour condition as well, I think, out of the mud pond. I think using more expensive food rather than just cheap food, I think, paid dividends in this instance. And so yeah, for me it's been a fantastic experience. But next year, I think with the mud pond properly disinfected prior to fish going in, and hopefully the fish going in slightly earlier, and the harvest also being slightly earlier, will make the whole event next year, I think, run a little bit more smoothly than this year. But nonetheless, the results are good. We did only sell about half the amount of fish from this event, so that side of it makes it perhaps one of the biggest failures in the koi calendar, as it were. But I think it bodes well, I think, for next year. It at least demonstrates what we can do with the mud pond. And I think with a few tweaks and changes, and also changes to the way that the fish are actually chosen in the first place by the people that are competing, hopefully we can fine-tune this and make it into something fantastic through next year and beyond. Thanks very much for taking the time to watch this, and I would also like to thank Matsui Koi Farm. Itsuga-san has been a fantastic help in so many ways with this event, and ideas and just general kind of guidance for things. Also Tamora-san has been extremely good, but of particular gratitude, I would like to thank Takagawa-san for basically all of the support that they've given us, helping us with the whole event, helping us with preparation of the fish, harvest of the fish, and so on. So without Takagawa Koi Farm, this whole thing would just not have been possible at all. Next year we will do the whole thing again, and next year hopefully we'll be completely self-sufficient on everything with new facilities, but if not, certainly the year after we will be. But thanks once again for contributing, supporting us as well, and see you again next year. Thank you.